All right, here we have a video showing some back checks for defenders. And the tricky thing about presenting checks for me is that so many players want to learn how to throw checks, so it's cool to break it down. However, checks are kind of the end of the process of developing some defenders where we need a better foundation and our footwork underneath us to throw these well. So as we go through these, while checks are effective and I use them and many high-level players use them, you have to understand when and how to use them. Jumping straight to checks before you have a good foundation of your footwork and positioning is like trying to shoot a three-pointer in basketball before you have a layup or free throw down. You need these foundational elements to layer your checks on top of. But here we'll go through a few. The back check, if thrown at a good time and good position, can be a very effective check. The first clip's pretty. First clip here, we got a pretty famous one of Johnny Sturdick against Pat Spencer throwing the back check on change of direction. And change of direction is a great time to throw the back check as long as you don't stop your feet and you throw it at the right spot. So here, once again, Johnny Sturdick's in a good spot on Pat Spencer and plays a good angle up as Pat makes the move. But as Pat rolls, Johnny gets set and is able to throw this back check behind the cage, still moving towards Spencer as he throws it. You see that step as he's throwing it. Now, once again, a good thing about this area right here is Pat's not rolling to a dangerous area and Johnny has the whole crease on that rollback. So he wants to trail Pat Spencer through X anyways. So throwing that check right there isn't the most dangerous thing in the world. A lot of times when guys roll back, they might hang their stick a little bit. So if you anticipate the rollback and you have good mechanics with your footwork, and you'll see Johnny Sturdick here on Spencer's move, he gets a hip position, he gets a hip turn here. We talked about our hip turns where he repositions his feet at an angle to play Pat Spencer's path up the cage. And then he's able to sink his hips on the rollback and throw the back check while maintaining an athletic stance and good posture. D-sticks Pat Spencer, one of the best attackmen in lacrosse, and is able to get a cause turnover. Another example here, we got another rollback on the high wing. And once again, rollbacks are a good time to throw it. And in this example, sure, the defender might give up a step, but he gives up a step in the area he wants to give up, which is down the side where he has slide support. So if I rewind it again, you'll see right here, he's got a good approach where he's maintaining top side of the Dodger. Dodger makes a move top side. He's able to stay upfield. Maybe we can eliminate the slap right there and have more just stick out feet moving. But on the roll, the ability just to throw that quick check as he matches feet with the Dodger. Sure, the Dodger might have a step once again, but we have plenty of crease help in that area underneath. So knowing where you want to force guys is a good way to take something away, force a guy to where you want him to go, and then throw the check as he gets there. So see slow motion again. Dodger rolls. Defender's able to sink his hips, throw the check as he starts moving down the side. Sure, he's giving up a step there, but we have a slide ready to go and help down below us. So once again, a good time to throw it is when you get a Dodger rolling to where you want him to go and you're okay with trailing him to that area. Here's another good example of Gavin Adler with Cornell. Off a pick, right? Cornell likes to double these picks. And so can be a good time to be disruptive, right? If they know that off this pick, my teammate's going to step out. They do this a lot as picks get closer to the end line here. So if my teammate's going to step out, I know that I can trail it a little. Really no harm, no foul on that check right there if we know we want to play it aggressively. So following a picker, once again, I'm okay with trailing the Dodger here because I know my teammate's going to step out. So being able to throw that, be disruptive on the trail there, good time to throw the check. Gavin Adler follows trails, gets over the pick. Teammate steps out, easy double. Here's a good example from the MIA final, McDonough versus St. Mary's. Johnny Cool at Ohio State right now does a nice job throwing this back check. Dodger up top. Just notice his positioning, just stick out, moving his feet. Really subtle movement with the stick there. Nothing crazy, no big windup, just hand action and the feet are separate. So once again, the ability right here to use his hands while his feet are in good position and maintaining good posture. One more rewind there. We'll see. Stick out, shuffling with the Dodger, stick out, getting a little hand pressure there. Dodger changes direction, just simple hand action on the back check. But notice we're not lunging at the Dodger at all. We're stepping down the line with him, playing off the right to go to the left there, able to match his feet so we don't get that check. Johnny Cool's still in great position right there. And so just, in conclusion here, checks aren't the devil. There's a time and place to throw them, but understanding that our footwork and foundation are what allow us to throw the checks. To me, there's not a real need to practice a lot of stationary checking drills. If you want to do a little hand action as you warm up, that's fine. But it's all about the footwork, the foundation, your approach angles, and then having the ability to use your hands and stick in conjunction with your feet is what is important. So checks do have a place in lacrosse. Once again, I use them. Some really great players use them, but knowing when to throw them, what to throw, and not risking everything on a home run check is really important.